My name is Lisa Lemler. I'm the Director of Food and Nutrition here at Apple Valley Cassia. I've been here almost 5 years in August. When I first went to school, to college, I was in college for computer programming, but I was putting myself through college working in restaurants. So then when I finished up that schooling, I was like, I don't want to do what I went to school for, and I love the hospitality. So I went back to school for hospitality management, and then I just stayed, and then stayed in it. And here I am, 35 years later. My first experiences in culinary, I started off in a little cafe in Chicago, and just to we moved there after high school and moved to Chicago, and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do for a job. And my friend's like, oh, my sister runs a restaurant. And I was like, oh, I've served before, never have in a day. Started that night, and I was like, wow, okay, this is so much fun. But I was addicted right away. And then I moved back to Minnesota, and that's when I started more in restaurants, and that's when I was like, I should probably go to school. You know, like, let's do something. And so that was my experience then. It was just all restaurants to begin with, and I just stayed. So my transition from restaurants, I went straight into higher education. So I was at the University of Minnesota for almost 10 years, and I was running residential halls. So I was feeding college students every day and in residential halls. And we were feeding probably about 3,000 kids a day, so about 1,200 each meal. And that was great and everything. And so I guess from the transition from that, I started a family then, and it was really long hours because the company that I worked for, it was like 10 to 12 hour days, which was great because when I'm getting my career going, I'm like, okay, I guess this is the way this is supposed to happen. So I was always running like a kind of more front of the house my whole life, like during restaurants. And then the U of M was pretty much front of the house too, but I had to slow it down, and mainly for starting a family. So I came to healthcare because I heard it's more of you're not late nights, I think the latest anybody ever is here in culinary is probably 9 o'clock at night, and that's at the care center side. So for me, I'm like, that's great because it was more of a Monday through Friday, had some weekends. I put weekends in once in a while when needed, but it was kind of to slow life down too. Not slow it down because one got faster, but I needed that work-life balance, and this healthcare was perfect. Healthcare environment, well, first of all, I was never really around like a lot of like senior living, and we all know that it's a different ball game because they tell you what they want to hear, and there's no holding back either. So for me, I already grew thick skin working around college students because they'll say whatever they want, but so do seniors, you know. So, but it was more from adults where you're like, whoa, okay, this is totally different, and I had to learn that way, and just to kind of make that different connection with like a certain people. So that was really interesting for me, but then it was more rewarding too at the same time as I got into it, because of course you want to go to a job where you're like, okay, I need something different, something better for my life, but it was totally a whole new learning process for me in the hospitality industry. When you start off, I think in hospitality, you're in a lot of restaurants, you're getting home at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. So for the change for me, and that was I went to higher education, and those were really long hours. The benefits now is I'm older too, and I know that I can say no, and I could kind of work my schedule, and I have more of a voice for myself, just to be like, I can't do that, and this is what I'm not gonna change on, and because I do have a family. And I didn't necessarily come to it just to be like, oh, I have weekends off. It's nice, and that's a benefit, but it's more of, I guess I've grown more too, and it's like hospitality is very fast, and it's like, okay, you're just doing it and doing it and doing it. Before you know it, you've been doing it for 8 years, and then I just put in like a 14-hour day, and that's great and everything, but what am I sacrificing? I sacrificed a lot in the past, but to get to where I'm at too. So now I'm feeling it, and I'm just like, this is just great because I speak for myself. I work for a great company, honestly. My boss is a wonderful person that understands that too. So that was really nice for me to come and be like, they really do care about your family. So, yeah. It's normally a Monday through Friday. So during the summer, I have more open availability to get here a little bit earlier, leave a little bit earlier, which is great for the summer. But like during the school year, my schedule really is about like what time my kids go to school. Well, my one that's still in school. So what time I'm dropping them off and picking them up, and I have to tailor it to that. But the beauty of it is that like, I have a great team here. James and Mark can pick up where I left off, or vice versa, because they have children too. So then they have their different schedules, or like kid pickup or daycare or whatever. And so it's very nice, just, so it's kind of that Monday through Friday, and I tailor it to my life, and it works out perfect. The difference between restaurant settings and senior living is, well, one, you do have, you're working with dietitians, and you're working with a corporate menu, and you're working with a total different, like what we'd serve, let's say a college kid, is way different that we're gonna serve for an 80-year-old, just because of everything that's involved in it. We're taking care of people, and we're a lifeline. To contribute to fostering fullness of life for us is really listening to our residents and getting them what they want, what they need, obviously. We go to our residents every week when we put our menus out, and then we have alternatives that they can have, and to sit down with them on a one-on-one so they can tell you, nope, I don't want that, or I don't like that, I would rather have this. But it's even the little things that we do that at first when you get into this business, you're like, oh, we don't do that, no, we don't do that. And over the years I realized, no, we're gonna do that. Even if it means like me running somewhere else, or me getting something that we normally wouldn't purchase, but we do because they like it. Like one resident, she was like, you know what my favorite thing is homemade whipped cream. I was like, are you serious? I like Cool Whip, I'll get you some Cool Whip. She's like, no, none of that store-bought. So I made her some a few years ago, and she just thought it was the coolest thing in the world. Little things like that. In the end, you realize those families that pushed you on the hardest are the ones that like appreciate you the most. And it took a couple times where I was like, wow, that's just the way it was and the way it is. And I didn't realize that until after. You know, bottom line, my team here, bottom line, we have a lot of fun because we're supposed to, and we're with each other all the time. We just mesh well. We're like one happy, dysfunctional family, and we all love each other, but at the same time, you know, we're a family. If you look at a lot of the chefs right now within the company, a lot of them did start in restaurants, and they're all like kind of my age now, right? We all wanted to slow it down, but honestly, it didn't. It was just a different set of rules and regulations and policies. But yes, in bigger picture, I believe so, because as you get older too, you don't want that job where you're just kind of clocking in, going home, and you're like, whatever, it's there tomorrow. For us, it's here every single day. And we're looking at next week, we're looking at the next month. The communities, I think, are very close as far as like our departments. Like, for us, our dietary department, we're always having get-togethers with US Foods, and we're having these, you know, premier food shows and things like that. So we're meeting other communities, and we're making these connections with other people in our same roles and what we're doing, and we're listening. It's interesting because Apple Valley and our menus are totally different from somebody like, say, in the cities, you know, and we're like, no, that would never fly here. But over there, you know, it does. So it's interesting to get to know everybody. And then also with our corporate people, we're very close to them. We're very close to our dietitians, our corporate everything, our corporate chefs, and we have great relationships with them, and we kind of grow off each other. And the people that are in our lives now from the corporate side, they really take our voice, and they take our suggestions, and they listen to us, and they put it toward the work, and they, you know, let us tailor it, and they tailor it for us, but they listen to us and our feedback, and I think that's great. So yeah, I mean, you have a voice. I've had a few people that were like, yeah, you know, and you know that they put out 20 applications, but you're like, obviously call them in for an interview and want them. My big thing when I got hired, right, is I talk a lot about the crew. How long have people been here? And we have cooks that are here 10, 15, 20 years. We just did a dietary age, she get our 30 year. That speaks volumes for me in a company because of that longevity, because that means the company's taking care of them. In a lot of my interviews, I'm like, you know what? Here's the thing, hands down, you're coming to a great company if you decide to come with us. The position that you're applying for, there's a lady that was here 30 years. She's like, what? That's awesome. That's what I want to hear. The best thing about working here, The people you meet, not just residents, but our employees, and you look at our nursing assistants and our nurses and you're like, I can never do that, but I have much respect for it. Honestly, what keeps me here is, well, for one, I found my home. There's a couple years I was like, I just need to find my home. I got to retire from somewhere. And I put in a long time at jobs. But then, you know, and when it was time for me to leave, I went somewhere else to better it or like whatever. But what keeps me here is I know that I found my home. I'm always using the word integrity. That's what I like to see in my people, my family, my friends, but a lot my employees and my team. Just know that you're doing a good job. Bring your integrity. Serve more than meals.